Chris here again, Bratcher Welding. Today we're going to talk about a few things, tools that are necessities. Be sure and subscribe and like the video, share it with your friends. Probably the best thing would be a young man or young woman that wants to be a welder's helper and eventually become a welder. Share it with them as well. All right, today we're going to go over a rod bucket and a few of the tools that are a necessity to be out on the pipeline and to earn the money that everybody would like to earn. So, first things first, we'll start over here. Depending on what we're doing, we've got to have levels. I've got a torpedo level, a 2-foot level, a 4-foot level, and a 6-foot level. All of them have different purposes, but we've got to have levels. The next thing we have to have is a tape measure, or several. I've just got a few of what I have out here so we can talk about them. Everybody knows what a tape measure is. Your wife thinks it measures differently than you do, but that's okay. Everybody's got to have one. Number 2 is we got to have a file and soapstone. We got to make marks. We got to draw pictures. We got to do different things, write down numbers. I forget things easily. So you got to have a file to sharpen your soapstone, and you got to have a file for a lot of things. Remember I said on a previous video, they only work one direction no matter what people say. This you pull towards you, this you push away. It only cuts one way. Got to have a file. So in a previous video, I got asked what the difference was between a spacing tool and a spacing band. The difference is a spacing band, which is this, is used for a couple things. Whenever you're doing fabrication on jack stands, which is building things like a valve setting, a launcher, or a receiver, we'll go over that on a later video too, what those are. But a spacing band just gets you the space you need between two pieces of pipe. Put that here, put your other pipe up, you got your spacing band. Spacing tools are used to weld pipe on a main line because they'll have internal clamps. So they put this in the side to get the space correct. You go to welding it. Or you use these two on fabrication. You'll use this to get it tacked. Then you pull it out and then you put this in to either drive it one way or the other to get your space properly. Spacing tools, spacing bands. Crescent wrench. They're always handy to have. I just like them because, you know, they'll about do a lot of different things. Kind of even can use them as a hammer too. I mean, really shouldn't, but we do. Got to have a hammer to drive in the spacing tools, okay? Or throw at your helper when you're mad at him. We got to have a striker. Obviously, we got to cut things with a torch. We got to have that. This little crescent wrench comes in handy because if you're a seasoned pipeliner, you know that when you have a beveling machine, you're supposed to use your thumbs on it. But everybody uses a crescent wrench eventually, and it messes up the threads, so you have to have a small crescent for that. So we keep it right with the torch. On fabrication, these are called 2-hole pins. When you're building things, you've got to have them true, level, and plumb. And that doesn't mean truly effed up and plumb out of level either. So we got to have these to get everything level. One other thing we got to have is a center finder. Whenever you do fabrication, you have a lot of things like OLETs that go on the top of the pipe, and we don't want them looking out of level. So we dial this in. You run this on the curve of the pipe. Let me just show you. Like so. You level that up to center. Remember that hammer we had to have? Exactly. Bam! Knocks a little dot right there. It's top of the pipe. Very simply, a center finder. So, once we have those things, you obviously have to have your welding hood. Now, the rod bucket, and you have to have a grinder, a buffing wheel, and grinding discs, all supplied by the contractor except for the grinder. Well, this one was. You get in and so. Now, rod bucket setup. Here is a rod bucket. Very simply, we can see that this is nothing more than Tractor Supply or Orscheln's. This is to feed bucket calves. Imagine that. My old helper didn't like my old metal rod bucket, which worked just fine, by the way, Casey's watching. So we went and got some stuff, tuned it up. We got our places for our rods. 1/8 bead rod, 532 rod, 8010s, 3/16 rods, 8010s, bead, hot pass, filler, and cap. Simple. This right here is called a barrel torch. This goes in our beveling machine to put bevels on the end of the pipe. So, rod bucket, we got our tools, we got our torches. Over here we have a hand torch. We got to cut metal. Simple, we got to cut the hole for fab. Where we center finded it, we got it. We got it ready. So, for the most part, oh, we cannot forget this. This right here is a welder's best friend, and I'm going to tell you why. One, this is called a mud board, because most of the time, like this morning when I got to work, the right-of-way was completely covered in mud. You can see it's pretty muddy. This has been beat down, wore out, used up. One of my deals is broke, but that's okay. Funny story. This is called a mud board. One day we was welding someplace and we were, I don't even remember where, but there was a lot of rocks. And it was hurting my back to lay down. So I told my helper, I said, hey man, run over there and get that mud board. He looked at me like I was stupid. He said, it ain't even muddy. And I said, yeah, well go get my comfort board then, because these rocks are hurting my back. He laughed. We had a good joke about it. My philosophy is, if I can't have fun at work, I'm not going. So, very simply, mud board, gotta have it. Propane tank, I've got a few other little things, an umbrella holder here that if it's real hot out, we can put that on the pipe, put my umbrella in it. Now keep in mind, I don't have an umbrella, I have a sunbrella. We don't use it for rain. Chicken's got a head this big, got sense enough to get in out of the rain. You think I'm gonna go weld in it? Just kidding. So anyway, these are the things you need. Oxygen bottles up there, we got that. We got our regulators on them. Really, I think a person could probably put a welding truck together fairly cheaply. The things you're gonna have just to actually get a job are a truck, a welding machine, obviously a leads, a couple torches, a grinder, a few of these little tools to take a test with, and really you can be off and running. A guy can buy things as he goes along, but this is the majority of what he needs to really get going. So, anyways, I hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope you've learned a little something, and be sure and tune in to the next video. If you didn't catch the last one, we started welding this pipe together right here. We put a bead and a hot pass in this one side, and so now tonight, that actually looks pretty good. So tonight we're going to actually finish this side out, and then we're going to fill it and cap it. So tune into the next video, and we're about to do that for you. Like and subscribe, share with your buddies. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for tuning in.